Hey everybody, welcome back to another Steelers practice report. First one in a while because we've got rookie minicamp down here. Brian Batko and Fittipaldo with you from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And as always, video brought to you by Savinas, Kane, and Gallucci, mesothelioma and asbestos lawyers with over 85 years of experience in the industry. Call them now if you need a free consultation. And Ray, not a lot that you can really glean from the football in shorts, as Mike Tomlin coined it long ago, but I do think obviously the big stories are Derrick Harmon as your first round pick, Kaleb Johnson as your third round pick, but for physical players like them, this means even less. In some ways, I think almost the top of the marquee was Will Heyward because he is a quarterback, and a big part of operating in these settings is commanding the huddle, getting a bunch of guys who've never worked with each other or even met each other together, and by all accounts, it seems like he's the right kind of rookie to do that.
Yeah, he's very good in that aspect. You can tell he played 5 years of college football. He quarterbacked
big-time places, too,
quarterbacked the team to a national championship, so he looked very comfortable in his first practice. And, it was interesting watching him talk after practice, too. He's a very impressive guy. He's polished with the media, which you would expect coming from a place like Ohio State. There was an interesting story. He didn't talk about it today, but apparently it was only hours after the draft. He asked Tom Arth, Steelers quarterback coach, for a playbook. Yep. And Tom was like, hey, take the weekend off.
Enjoy it a little bit, celebrate a little bit.
We'll start next week, but he's that type of guy. He's a grinder. He wanted to get started, and he talked about that a little bit today. He's just been in the playbook every minute since he's been drafted.
Yeah, and he's going to be the kind of guy that coaches love, let's be honest. I mean, he was a winner in college. He was somebody who persevered through ups and downs at Kansas State, and even his last season at Ohio State. So he's got that kind of presence about him, that professionalism. He mentioned Tom Arth, too, in saying that Arth actually recruited him, the Steelers quarterback's coach, when he was the head coach at Akron. Obviously, Arth didn't close the deal there, but Will Heyward was on to some bigger and better things than playing in the MAC. Maybe they both would have had a lot different lives and careers had he gone to Akron out of Downingtown West High School. But he said he's got that connection. One of Arth's players, when he coached at John Carroll, was on Ohio State staff, Cleveland, not too far from Columbus. And this is the first chance, too, for Arthur Smith and Will Heyward to learn a little bit about each other. And I saw them interacting quite a bit when they're doing very minimal amounts of install, but just kind of trying to go through the paces with these new guys.
Yeah, and Will was talking about his roller coaster college career, right? I mean, he had success at Kansas State, but they were always trying to recruit over him and, find somebody better. That's really part of the reason why he ended up at Ohio State. They had this hotshot recruit from the state of Nebraska that they recruited, and he was going to play ahead of Will Heyward. So he has an interesting background. Even coming out of high school, Brian, he was not recruited by Penn State, not offered by Pitt. His only scholarship offer from a school in Pennsylvania was Temple. He actually had more offers from Ivy Leagues and MACs than he did Power 5 schools. So he was a 3-star recruit, kind of like overlooked his entire life, and here he is today in rookie minicamp. He's the Steelers draft pick.
Let's talk about some of the other guys as well. Everybody was here. Derrick Harmon spoke about, obviously, he's still grieving the loss of his mom on draft night. We all know that story, but he did mention, Ray, that he's back to football now. He's in his element now. That's probably helping with that process about as much as it can. He heard from Cam Heyward right away. His locker is going to be by Cam Heyward. He said he's been talking to Keenau, Benton, third-year defensive tackles, really since he got picked. So, and he said it was a dream come true just looking at his locker in the Steelers locker room. So, Derrick Harmon looks the part, and Yahya Black from Iowa, you can see those two side by side and see that they're bringing a lot of heft to the defense here, of course.
Yeah, listen, just a sad story for Derrick. Obviously, I think anyone who loses a loved one, sometimes it's good to immerse yourself in your job, and he's going to have the opportunity really to do that from now until the end of the season in February. So I think that, potentially could help him personally, and what better person than Cam Heyward? Cam Heyward lost his father when he was in his college years, or maybe even his high school years, Brian.
Yeah, I think he was in high school still.
So I think Cam's going to be a great mentor for him, not only on the field, but I think off the field as well.
Yeah, Harmon was, starting to get those first coaching technique tips from Carl Dunbar. Also working a lot with Jacob Slade, who was on the Steelers practice squad last year, and he was kind of Harmon's mentor early on at Michigan State, where they played together. So they were kind of partners for a lot of the drills. Kaleb Johnson, too, from Iowa. Seemed like he was hitting it off with Will Heyward early on. Those two potential backfield of the future for the Steelers if things go well. I also chatted with Carson Bruener, 7th round pick out of Washington, son of former Steelers tight end Mark Bruener, current Steelers scout. He told me a little bit about how he's been to this facility before. He tagged along one night with his dad for a draft, and he said it's pretty surreal to see this. And from a football standpoint, Danny Smith had him taking every rep at that left guard spot that was occupied by Tyler Matakevich last season. We all know if Bruner's going to be, another Bruner's going to be in the organization on the team, he's going to have to do it on that phase of the game.
Yeah, listen, if you're a 6th round pick, a 7th round pick, if you're going to be on this football team, you better know how to play special teams. Carson Bruener actually did a lot of that at Washington, so I think he is well suited for that role. Ironically, we were talking about Will Howard. He's also been to this facility before. He took an unofficial visit to Pitt, I think when he was a sophomore or a junior in high school, so he kind of knows the lay of the land as well.
It's interesting. A couple of the other, last year, Ray, I'll take you back. There were 2 veteran tryout players who ended up signing after rookie minicamp. Anthony Averett was one cornerback. He ended up getting dinged up, didn't make the team, was on the practice squad for a little bit. And then Jonathan Ward, same thing, was on the practice squad all of last season, is still in the building. He's on a futures deal yet again to provide depth in the backfield. So you do see those stories from time to time, in addition to the undrafted rookies who try out. Duck Hodges is probably the most famous one. Would he be married to Lainey or engaged to Lainey Wilson if he was not impressive enough in Steelers rookie camp in 2019? Who knows? But 2 of the guys this year, Trey Sermon was a 3rd round running back in 2021 of Ohio State. He was kind of that next tier behind Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, and Travis Etienne that season. So they're taking a look at him. And then Tabor Pepper, who was the 49ers long snapper for 5 seasons, he's here too to maybe try to cling to life in the NFL. I most remember him for Deebo Samuel snapping on him last season when they were going through some issues, but that's neither here nor there.
Trey Sermon has actually been in Steelers training camp before. I think he was here not last year, but 2 years ago. I think he got hurt early, went on practice IR or training camp IR. So at least he's familiar with the landscape here as well. Yeah,
I mean, he was in there with Kaleb Johnson, working with Eddie Faulkner, whose son is here for a tryout. Eddie Faulkner, the 4th, played cornerback. He was a nickel at Slippery Rock, one of, I believe, 4 Whitfield alums. Former Mount Lebanon quarterback Seth Morgan is trying out. Former Penn Hills wide receiver, or quarterback Hollis Mathis is trying out as a wide receiver. He went to William and Mary. And former Thomas Jefferson offensive lineman Dom Serapiglia is getting a chance to get some NFL eyes on him as a center here for these couple of days.
That's a neat thing about the Steelers. For some of these guys, this is the only opportunity they're going to get to try out. Some of these guys have been in other camps, but it's a nice little touch by the Steelers to bring back some of these Whitfield guys so they could at least have this experience for the weekend.
My advice to them would be, not unlike the media, take every perk provided to you. Don't leave an Uncrustables left behind. Take every pack of peanuts that you can get and soak up this 48 hours on the job, more or less. For Ray Fittipaldo, I'm Brian Batko. Thanks for checking out another Post-Gazette video. We've got another day of rookie minicamp tomorrow, and then we'll have a few weeks off before OTAs. We'll talk to you then.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.